anyway, so tell us about the adversity that you went through. It hasn't always been easy. I mean, obviously you've been very successful with what you're doing now, but tell us what, it has been a rocky road for you, or has it been?
Oh, yes. Well, anytime you're in business, you're going to have failures. You're going to have some ups and downs. And I've experienced those in the past 30 years. I've been in business in Florida. And one of my biggest losses just came about 7 years ago. And it was a big loss. My wife and I decided to go all in on this project. We spent months preparing for it. And it came down to actually signing the contract. And we ended up not getting it. And
What happened? What happened? Why didn't
looking back on it, I believe that I got in front of the decision maker. We had made all the right moves, and I just kind of froze, and fear got in, doubt, and I didn't close the deal. And then he said, "Hey, come back the next day." Well, later that day, he signed with a different company.
Oh my gosh.
And it ended up being, it was a $20 million opportunity.
Wow.
And it was a big loss. But one thing I've noticed is thinking about that, even from after my discussion and presentation, is we all think that there's these windows that we have that are going to be open. But that's why I left, because I thought, you know what, this window is going to be open tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow and I'll close the deal. But that window closed.
Yes. I do real estate, so always when I do real estate deals, I find it really good to have the papers right there so they can sign it right there. Is that what you think too?
That's correct, because that window can close.
I know, it's like they're hot right now, but if you don't get their signature tomorrow, a whole bunch of other things could happen in 24 hours, right?
That's correct.
Is that what happens?
That is exactly what happened. Imagine going back to your wife after all these months. We sunk a lot of money into this and it didn't work. But one thing that I learned from that, we can all learn, is that windows close. So you really got to take advantage of that time when you have it right in front of you, just like you said.
Right. Now, what was your motivation to keep going after that kind of a letdown?
It was tough. I went through a lot of soul searching. 4 things that I've kind of figured out over time is that these 4 pillars is kind of what I go by now, is when I'm looking at